It's a very open question, I find, when someone goes, "Are you happy?" Like, well, they do it on TV shows. Is everybody happy? Oh, what even is happiness? And they just look at you weird.
Yeah, they just want your permission to move on. That's
That's what they want. I'm like, what even is happiness? No, we're going to start in 5. It's too real.
Darren putting his skates on. What even is happiness?
What even is happiness?
Shame is delicious.
Still having physio for my injuries. Still. My shoulder's fucked. Hello! Welcome to Shame is...
Why is your shoulder fucked?
Because when I fell...
You skate with your feet. Oh.
Well, I'm going to skate with my feet. Yeah, because when I fell on December 5th, I got whiplash and I'm still dealing with it. I didn't realise people had whiplash that long.
These are the sort of anecdotes my nan used to have before she died.
Yeah. But also, could you claim that as an injury with one of those injury lawyers for you people? Because that's an injury at work. That wasn't your fault. Surely. Well,
it kind of was my fault. Who am I blaming? The ice?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was definitely my fault.
And you weren't trained properly by whoever was supposed to train you, Tippy.
No, to be trained, there was an extra trainer there. Are you trying to tell me that I should sue ITV? I feel like they've got enough on right now.
I think now's a good time. Now's a good time to go after them.
There's enough ITV.
Kick them when they're down.
Kick them when they're down. Yeah. Go for it right now.
Welcome to Shame is Delicious. We've got a guest.
Hey!
It's Alexander Bennett.
Hey!
Hi, thank you very much indeed for having me.
What a lovely, lovely man. One of my favourite people in the biz.
In the biz?
I like it when like comics of like our like generation refer to it as the biz. I genuinely refer to myself as a light entertainer now because I think it's more entertaining than just saying stand up.
Yes, the biz.
It doesn't feel like showbiz,
doesn't it?
No, it doesn't feel like showbiz.
Why? Because we're in Birmingham.
Well, first of all, no. Birmingham is Birmingham is the heart of showbiz.
This studio is great, but it does look like an inner cell came into money. Is sort of what I think we're looking at here.
That is all Darren. Can I just be clear? This is all Darren's design.
I'll take it.
Nothing.
It didn't start well with incel, but it ended well with came into money.
You know what? You wouldn't think it by the Reddit posts, but that guy knows how to put a room together.
Yeah. You summarised Darren's life very well there, actually. I enjoyed it.
No, I know I'm supposed to be like feeling bad about it, but I'm actually quite proud.
No,
I feel good. I feel good about it.
Yeah, you got your little Dave Comedy Awards there.
Nominations.
Yeah.
Nice reminder that I lost twice.
It's not losing, is it?
It is.
I mean, some of us didn't even get nominated.
Yeah, I know, but step your game up.
A nom is good.
Step your game up or be black. I don't know. I say that because I was.
See, this is what I've been telling people.
Yeah.
I say that because I was.
Alexander even tried it a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah, we all know about the Alexander blackface. We all know that. Yeah, sure. You were.
I got a lot of opportunities.
You were Morris dancing. Whatever. Yeah. We saw the blackface. No, I say that because I was reading up on Britain's Got Talent because they had the final.
Viggo?
And I was. I don't.
We got Viggo Venn.
I don't know who that is. I never.
He's a clown who's won Britain's Got Talent.
£250,000.
Gee,
which is the most a clown has ever made.
Ever in the history of
normally, that's what it costs for those lessons. With that weird, creepy guy.
Gaulier.
Oh my God, the amount of female comics have told me stories about him, allegedly. It's a weird. Imagine you're paying like 15 grand.
Yeah.
You go live in this clown school with an old guy.
Sounds like Eton.
With some old guy who might keep phoning you and saying he
to
loves
people
you.
who aren't like in the comedy world, this sounds like completely alien as like an experience.
Yeah,
there was like a trend in comedy for using a particular type of clowning. And then everybody decided, I've got to go to France to learn how to be funny.
Yeah.
And then there's this guy who sits in a chair banging a tambourine telling you that you're shit in a French accent. And
it is as crazy as it sounds.
Yeah,
it does sound like it does. Yeah. Shout out to Viggo. Did he win?
He won.
Did he do clowning school thing?
I don't know if he did clowning school, but
he will have done, but maybe not Gaulier. There's a few knocking around.
Yeah,
but it is hilarious that.
What even is clowning school? What's your first day? Hey, here's some big shoes. Hey, can you get out of this car with 15 others? Like,
can you make this noise?
That's the boob noise as well.
You have to audition to get in. They give you a plank of wood and they ask you to spin round. If you don't hit anyone, you're not in. You should see the school bus. It's tiny, but there's loads of them in it.
Yeah, I've always wondered what that. As we all know as comedians, telling your parents you want to be a comedian is rough. But telling your parents you want to be a clown and you want to pay 15 grand.
But also they could, like, I don't know about white parents, but ethnic parents conclude when you say that you're going to be a comedian that you are a clown.
Oh yeah.
That's what they go to. That's their reference point for what a comedian is.
That is true. Your mum hands you one of those flowers that squirts water. She's like, "Oh, I guess this is yours now."
This is yours now.
Son, we've always known that you were a clown.
Yeah.
Since you were very young.
Speaking of when you tell your parents you want to be a comedian, so I've known Alex for a very long time. Or Alexander, sorry. I always call him Alex. And
That's right.
That's his name.
You knew me before I rebranded.
Yeah, exactly right. And he was so young doing stand-up, he used to go with his parents. I remember, was it your dad?
Yeah, so Darren was at my first gig. I was 15 when I met Darren Harriott. And,
right, ITV. It's not one of those stories. From the other side.
It wasn't.
Do your Holly Willoughby monologue.
Yeah. Are you okay?
Wow. I will say they were both nice to me. So, yeah. Alex... Genuinely nice.
I wasn't interested in anything as a kid other than doing stand-up. And it was a very weird thing for my parents to agree to do because my parents are not like...
What do your parents do? What did they do?
Dad worked on a building site at the time, and then he sort of graduated to teaching people how to operate heavy machinery.
Yeah.
And
in clowning school or...
Yeah. I come from a long line of clowns.
Yeah.
And Mum was a teaching assistant.
Oh, right. Wow.
So it's not in their sphere.
Was it Wolverhampton?
It was Derby.
A Derby.
So I went, can you drive me to Derby so I can do 5 minutes?
Because I also met you in Wolverhampton as well. We did a gig there. And
this is what is described later on in a court document as a series of incidents.
Yeah.
Mr. Harriott met Mr. Bennett at a very young age. I was...
Actually, you don't really see very many black groomers, do you?
Darren?
I mean, it's not. I mean, they're around.
Are they?
They're about there. I mean, it's weird that I'm just sort of almost defending black groomers. I just heard myself and I went, no, hold on a second. Listen, it's not a racial thing. We're definitely grooming
Hey,
kids
we can
too.
do that too.
You know what? This is another area of society in which diversity needs to be increased.
Yeah, I'm the only guy who goes on like the Piers Morgan podcast, and I'm like, hold on, Piers. Blacks groom too. Please. I'm on your side here.
Oh, God. Anyway, it's good to be back. Where were we?
I was a child and I met him and he didn't...
So you went with your dad.
Yeah.
And you were allowed to perform stand-up.
I was... Because years later I asked my mother, that was a very weird thing for you to let me do.
Yeah.
And she just went, you weren't interested in anything. And you just came to us with a thing that you were interested in. So we just took the lead on that.
That's great parents, though. You were like, I just want to do stand-up comedy, something that to make money from, and as a career, your parents are probably like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they got no concept at all of that kind of thing.
Did they help you write your first set?
No, they didn't. I didn't let them watch. I wouldn't let them watch. They'd have to drive me to a pub in a different county, and then I'd say, okay, can you go away for 3 hours while I do this gig with all these strange men? And
wow.
And
I'm glad you put it at him.
Yeah, and then my mum would go and do like a big shop and then come and pick me up afterwards.
That is amazing.
How was the gig? Oh, it was terrible. Well, I got cornettos.
Yeah. It's pretty much, yeah.
My only similar experience of my mum dropping me somewhere and going out for a big shop for 3 hours was when she sent me tutoring. For maths or verbal reasoning.
You had a tutor?
I had a tutor for verbal reasoning, mental reasoning, and mathematics.
What does a tutor for mental reasoning do?
Go through various kind of mental games, basically, like puzzles and how to solve them and use logic to try and solve
the 11 plus sort of thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your parents really set you up to be just some sort of crime kingpin. They wanted you to know mental reasoning, verbal reasoning.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, I was carrying a knife.
Yeah, I was carrying pens.
kind of nice biro.
Yeah. Really nice.
And Alex was just dying on his arse in pubs for everybody else.
People go, oh, that's a child. I feel uncomfortable now.
See, okay, so, because when I started comedy at 18, I always felt like, obviously I was
18, fucking hell.
I was like the youngster in the room. But of course, I was 18.
And this cunt turns up.
Yeah, and I remember he turned up and I went, fucking hell, he's even younger than me.
So did you,
I'll see your university application and I'll raise you a dummy.
here's what I'm curious about. So that suggests that from a young age, you knew about stand-up and who stand-ups were.
I knew about funny people on the telly.
Telly, okay.
Yeah.
Well, who was your kind of first comedy memory?
Ronnie Barker.
Right, wow.
Oh, wow.
And that's who I wanted to be. I wanted to be Ronnie Barker.
Right.
I never thought about stand-up. It was just, I watched like, the Mummy movies,
Yeah.
and then there's like Brendan Fraser, and then John Hannah's going, oh, I want to steal things. I was like, I want to be that guy.
Oh, you wanted to be the comic relief
Yeah,
character.
I wanted to be that in films, and then it like that sort of leads like who's the funny person.
Yeah.
I've never heard that from a comedian before, that they wanted to be like the comedy relief character. Whereas, most of us want to be the action star, the Brendan Fraser or whatnot.
No, I wanted to be the comic relief character.
Did you really?
I wanted to be not Hitch. Who was the other guy?
Oh, fucking hell.
I wanted to be Hitch's sidekick.
No, yeah, the fat dude. What's his name?
Kevin James.
Kevin James.
Yeah, I wanted to be Kevin
You
James.
wanted to be Paul Blart.
Yeah. I did. I wanted to be Paul Blart. I wanted to be Kevin James because I was like, he's fat and he got the hot girl. I want to be that.
I mean, there was a lot of things going on.
Imagine watching Hitch at a young age and goes, here's a character, he's a loser. He
Yeah.
can't get...
Hey, that guy struggling to put on his trousers. I want to be him.
Yeah. Because I saw so much of myself in him.
In Kevin James.
Yeah.
In general.
Yeah.
That he was like the funny sort of fat guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you ever watch King of Queens?
Yes.
He had a hot wife
Yes.
in King of Queens. To be fair though, when you think about all those American sitcoms,
and
they always have-
Anchorman as well, like Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
He's always had hot women
yeah.
in all his films.
It's almost as
Simpson.
if when people let comedians make things, they say, who do you want to cast as your wife? You go, do you know what I think would be funny if my wife was really fit?
Like
I think that would be
like Salma
hilarious.
Hayek.
Like stupidly fit, not very funny. I'll do the funny. She can do the fit.
Yeah.
It's like all American sitcoms: Family Guy, Simpsons.
Lois is fit.
Those are cartoons. That's a different thing.
Oh, okay.
I know you've already got incel vibes going on here.
Also a furry.
Fittest cartoon character. Jessica Rabbit.
That's the obvious one.
Yeah.
Lois. I think Lois is quite fit. From Family Guy.
Yeah.
No?
She's hotter than Marge.
He's hotter than Marge.
Yeah.
Pocahontas.
Pocahontas, yeah, and Pocahontas, she has really low self-esteem as well because she tries to get with John, who's clearly a colonizer. And she's like, you know what? He's the man for me.
Yeah.
Also voiced by Mel Gibson, which is worse.
What, Pocahontas?
What? What's his name? John, the guy that she's after. He's
He's voiced by Mel Gibson.
and Christian Bale does a voice in it as well. I might have watched it recently.
Okay, fair enough.
I couldn't decide if I was going to smile or
Yeah,
not.
I didn't know what you were
It's nice to be here with IMDb.
Alex, I got to ask you, when you in your early days of
there.
stand-up, how did you deal with a bad gig? Because being 15, you'd have a bad gig, you've got homework, you're at school
Did you go
tomorrow.
on coke binges?
But so when I first started, like, a lot of people when they first start, they have that kind of not beginner's luck, but when the people's like first gig often goes well,
Yeah, same, yeah.
and maybe like first 2 or 3. So I had that, and then the first death was so like crushing. But I think stand-ups, like, they don't look as a horrible gig as, I shouldn't do this. You're like, okay, better next time.
Yeah, true.
And B, it's just my self-esteem's so low. It was just like, yeah, that's fair enough. I'd hate me too.
Yeah. You're right.
You're right.
That's motivation for a lot of comedians.
Yeah,
It's just,
We've known you a while, Alexander, and yeah, we get it.
Yeah.
I always remember, that's a good point that you make about having like a horrible gig and then you don't realize the reason why it was horrible. Obviously, you weren't necessarily great because you're new, but the room is terrible anyway.
Yeah, there's so many. Yeah.
And you're on with loads of people who are shit.
Yeah.
It often now, if you do like a gig where you're doing a new material gig, but you're on last because you're the one who knows what they're doing, but you go on after a load of people who have just started, even though you know what you're doing at the end, you can't make your new stuff work because the rhythm of actual stand-up doesn't work in that room anymore because it's been
and
destroyed.
the audiences are just thinking about something else.
Yeah.
So you've got to try and break through the barriers that they've got in their brain where they're like, I need to go shopping.
It is weird when you think about those early gigs because I don't like you do gigs now. If one person dies, fine. But back then, everybody would bomb. It was like 2 hours of just horrendous, of just from an audience, and then but that was the gig. It was just normal.
And then, I remember doing open mic gigs where people would turn up after just having been made redundant.
Oh yeah.
And they'd turn up to this gig because they were a bringer of a mate.
Yeah,
and they're there for 3 hours.
The worst was when we started in London was bringing dates as your plus one. Yeah. Wild.
Why would you do that?
Girls did it all the time. Every female comic for a period.
They did. Yeah,
they would bring their date. They would bring a date on a.
Did you? Have you ever taken a date? Have you ever taken a date to?
As a to a gig?
Yeah, as a plus one.
I've bombed in front of dates. Oh my god, I've had to work.
What about on stage?
Hey, come on, this guy. Yeah, I've done it before. Yeah, the worst. This is my rule that I don't do anymore. I've done it before. I would bring, and this was at the boat show.
Yeah,
which our agent owns. So you kind of feel like a big shot anyway.
Yeah.
Also, it's on a boat, so
it's a novelty gig.
Oh, it's cool. We're nautical. Yeah.
Okay, now I see why these dates went badly.
I can see where the bombing happened.
This girl that I went on one date with
Captain Pugwash. Come and watch me do my comedy. Did you?
That was Pugwash. Yeah.
Did you pipe them aboard like I would say?
I brought a date with this
Your
girl.
agent's at the gig going, don't bring a woman on a ship. It never goes well, Darren.
Darren.
I brought her to the gig and she went, can I bring my friend? And I was like, because we weren't meeting at the gig at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, I was meeting her afterwards, but I had a gig before and all that. And I went, yeah, okay, you can bring your friend. Don't ever do that. If you ever bring a date to a gig, you and her, you sit in a green room together, you do whatever you're doing, but you do not bring a friend. Because what happened was, and this happened a few times before that, and I just went, it doesn't really matter. Her and her friend would go to the gig, and they wouldn't respect the gig. They were talking, using their phones, because they didn't pay. And then I'm watching like Ali have to go, hey, can you stop? And I'm like this, like no.
Yeah, but then you if you're bringing a date anywhere, never agree to letting their friend turn up.
Yeah,
it's not a date.
I thought that was just me who went, that is wild.
Hey,
surely.
Her friend was going to go afterwards. Hey, guys, I fucked up, okay? And I fucked up
multiple
4
times.
Yeah, I know. Because I, obviously on a Saturday, I'm doing multiple gigs, and I would meet her at the end, and then she would go, well, I don't want to be on my own sitting at the gig. And I'd be like, fine, bring a friend. And they would never respect the gig.
That seems fair enough to me. She's got to hang around till like 11:30.
Yes, I don't mind her bringing a friend, but don't chat and be on the phone.
No, if a girl says to me, can I bring a friend to the date, whatever it is, a gig of mine or whatever.
Not anymore now.
I'm like,
no. Not anymore. I'm like Sharia law.
Unless all three...
I'm like, no friends, no other women.
Unless
you sit there on your own.
Yeah, unless her friend becomes a friend of mine over the course of the evening.
It was bad. Well. They got told 3 times to stop talking.
Threesome.
Yeah, I got it.
3 people having sex together.
Yeah, I got it, Eshaan.
I'm not into that.
That was on the cards. Just to be clear.
You've had a threesome?
No, yes, but that's not the point. What I'm talking about is...
Alex, you had a threesome?
No, which is surprising for me because I'm...
all right.
This podcast is all about shame. Alexander, tell us.
We get it.
Are you a shameful person?
Yeah.
In what way? Like, are you racked with shame? What is it?
Yeah, I just every morning is just fighting through regret.
Perfect. We've been looking for someone like this.
This is it.
Yeah,
Alex is like me.
But weirdly balanced with a kind of personality that's just kind of fuck it and just I never learn is what I'm saying. Is I go out there, I behave in a way that causes me shame, and then I wake up in the morning and go, still a prick.
But when you're behaving in that way that causes you shame, you don't know it in the moment. Does it feel good?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's dopamine. You get that dopamine when it comes down.
Here's the thing, because
it's like sex. You have sex and you go, hey, fun, and then suddenly you go home and you go, what are you doing on a slide? As you do, hey, fun. And then you go home and you go, actually.
That's the most upsetting description of a personal life I've
sex
ever.
Education with Darren Harriott.
You have sex and you go, hey! And you go home and you go, He's got a pantomime sex life.
I'm incredibly fond of Alexander, one of my favourite people. We've hung out so many times. And it's never occurred to me that you would have done anything or behaved in a way that could incite shame.
Why does that surprise you?
Well, I was being self-deprecating about never learning. I do learn. But part of it is like starting stand-up so young. Like I'll email a gig. I emailed a gig once, and that promoter went, "I've got an email from you when you were 17." It's like, oh Jesus Christ!
What was your email address? I love Power Rangers at Hotmail. That's so funny that they keep all those emails. Oh.
It just comes up if you just type my name into a Google like Gmail search. It'll come.
It's like Facebook Messenger.
Yes.
If you tap in, I've got messages from like me and Paul Savage in 2007.
Yeah.
And there's comics that I talk to now that I messaged in like 2008 about a gig. And it's just funny that there's like a long message.
Yeah.
I saw your post on the Chorlton Forum. I was just wondering. Oh, gosh.
That's a source of shame. Definitely is you never get back your first impression from someone. And there's like quite a few people where it's like, I was way too young to be making that first impression.
Yeah, and they remember that. I think it was Gary Delaney who told me that when he says that people always remember when you were shit.
Yeah.
And they promoters, and they like to kind of remind you, I remember when you were here, and
it's tough.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, people like to remind you of it. What about any like dating and whatnot? Are you dating anybody now?
Not at the moment. She's gone. And
okay.
Yeah, she came to a gig on the boat and she did, but she had to go overboard.
She brought a friend. He went, no,
yeah, buried at sea.
Yeah, that's how Bin Laden did.
Yeah, most of my shame is romantic shame. It's
okay. Interesting.
It's remembering ways I've behaved in relationships and gone, oh Jesus Christ, you can't do that. And also the kind of hero narrative of my life is that I'm like romantically, it's like, oh, people aren't really interested in me, like in a romantic or a sexual way. The actual reality of the situation is lots of people, lots of people have been,
but you still,
but I like for some weird ego reason, I edit that out, and then I remember sometimes, like I've had friends who like were teenagers when they fancied me when I was also a teenager, make that clear.
Yeah. And
they've gone like, yeah, you were a total dick about it. And it's like, yeah, I feel like that impression that you leave on like being a woman's first disappointment in men.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's an accolade and a half.
But you lot keep on going with it.
Oh, it's like
you're never going to be the last disappointment.
It's like having sex with like a virgin when you lost your virginity. I'm so glad I didn't have sex with her. Like we weren't both virgins because that would have been horrendous.
Yeah.
But I feel like I would be her. Her first sexual experience might be terrible because I was new. I had sex with a pro.
How much did you pay?
I was terrible though, but you know. But I feel like if she was also a virgin, God, two virgins having sex together.
Is it?
I lost my virginity when her younger sister and her mother were moving stuff into a different part of their house, and the lock on her door was broken, so I had to keep it shut with one foot. And she had so we're having sex on the floor.
Jeez, that is impressive. Good work.
We're in the bathroom. So keeping the door shut with one foot, and we can't move because we have to keep the door shut because it's the only way to keep the door shut. So we have to do it there. So we can't.
That's a great way of keeping an erection. Fuck, you know, you also got a job to do at the same time.
Yeah, I'm also performing the role of a chock.
Yeah,
and so that's happening, and her iPod shuffle's going. Over here, it's like, oh, at least the music is covering that. She was a big fan of Lord of the Rings. Right. She had the soundtrack on her iPhone.
Jesus Christ!
Wow.
I lost my virginity to very specifically the Mordor theme from Lord of the Rings.
Just about to say, you're entering Mordor. Yeah, as they're making all the orcs.
Yeah. When Christopher Lee brings that guy out of the thing. That's what it was like when I climaxed.
I don't know anything.
They're a bunch of orcs. They're sort of evil. Mordor's like the really horrible part. And for some reason, all the orcs have Cockney accents. It's a very weird part of the film. Was she a Cockney?
She clicked her heels and she got out of the mouth.
I was going to say a horrendous.
Go on.
No, I was going to say Cockney.
Orkney.
Cockney?
No, is she a Cockney?
Cock. Knee.
Well, yeah.
Cock for penis.
Yeah.
Knee for knees.
Yeah, okay, you teaching kids.
Yeah, cock for cock.
It's a weird Sesame Street.
It's like a kids' TV show, but you've not understood the brief. Cock for cock. No, Eshaan, we're teaching kids about the human body.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, all right. Fanny.
Funny. How did you lose your virginity?
Lost it outside in a park. Lost it outside of a park with a girl that I met online at the time. I was online dating back in the day. Like, I want to say it was 2006 or 2007. I was 18, which feels normal now.
Was it like on AOL or something?
Yeah, it was like
At
something.
that time, it was mainly like desperate people using online dating.
Hello.
Not actual teenagers.
Hello.
I was desperate. I couldn't have been more desperate. Yeah. Oh my God, I was proud to be. I was on my mum's family computer on an a website back then.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Were you
met
fat
up.
Chris Rock then?
Maybe, yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
Back then,
Fat
18.
Chris Rock.
Yeah, when I was doing stand-up, I had like Fat Chris Rock.
He had like
Yeah.
Fat-
Chris
Fat-
Rock, who I, of course, fucking love.
Yeah.
Bigger and blacker.
Just bigger. Bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
I lost it in like a park. And I remember I thought I caught an STD because he didn't use a condom. And obviously, it was my first time, so I was panicking. Went and got checked up. The lady had a look at me old Johnson and realised I had an abnormal amount of skin. And then the next year, I got circumcised. And
What a way to find out.
it was horrendous. And
That's so funny.
I lost my virginity and then I didn't have sex again for over a
and your foreskin.
That is exactly what happened. I lost my virginity once, didn't have sex
Wow.
again for another year after that because
bro, that's mad.
so I only had sex once with my foreskin. It's a fact.
Well, you can sell that on then. That's fairly used.
That goes on my Wikipedia page. They're going to do Darren Harriott trivia.
Just personal life. He only used his foreskin once.
That was great. I didn't remember that. It's my foreskin. Because I remember watching a lot of porn and going, their penises don't look like mine. But I didn't have a dad, so I didn't have no one to ask.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
Come on, what? I don't know what to ask.
Would you ask your dad that?
No. No. Weird.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
How did you lose your virginity?
It was taken from me.
Okay.
If you want to send in any of your
if you're
stories
affected by any of the issues explored in today's podcast, I was asleep.
Oh, God, that
God.
one. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And I woke up to receiving some fellatio.
Eshaan was like legitimately.
And I woke
sexually
up,
assaulted.
and basically I was 21 at the time. And of course, that was the dream, right? You get woken up to a little sucky. And
That is not the dream.
is it not? Is it not? It was for
If
me.
anyone I ever had sex with refers to fellatio as a little sucky.
It
A
was.
little sucky.
Little chop. And
What did you say?
Little chopper chop.
yeah.
You said chupa chup?
Yeah.
Like the lollipop?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Trying to get through to the bubblegum centre.
Yeah, exactly.
a little looky dip.
Yeah. And then
Dib dab. Sherbet on your dick.
I woke up, saw what she was doing, and then she was like, I want to have sex with you now. I said, okay. And then she had sex with me. And I was delighted, of course. And then for 3 months after that, we continued.
Yeah.
But then after we kind of parted ways, some 4 or 5 years later, I was like, I was asleep.
Yeah.
Wasn't she a close family friend or something?
She was, family.
And she was just staying over, and then you was asleep, and you woke up one day, and all of a sudden, this grown woman, how old was she?
She would have been 26.
Was just having sex with you.
Yeah.
That's dark and unpleasant, but thank you for sharing.
Was it? I mean, this is the thing. It's weird, though, isn't it? Because a part of me is.
Men get sexually assaulted. I've been sexually assaulted by women in the past, and it's
Yeah.
the thing that we need to talk
But the
about
thing
more.
is, in my man brain at the time, even now sometimes I still caveat it because I'm like, yeah, but I got laid.
Yeah.
Like that's what's meant to happen, surely.
Yeah, sure.
No?
I feel like at this point we should put one of those helplines
Yeah,
underneath
we should,
the show. I mean, you know, because you were a virgin, it's a bit weird because you were a virgin.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
there was a part of you that was like, oh my gosh, I'm finally getting it.
Yeah.
This is great. And to you, it was just like...
And I didn't have to chase around after her in a bar or whatever.
Yeah, you didn't have to buy any drinks.
As a man, you're not raised to sort of consider your own sort of consent as a thing and sort of your own boundaries.
What was it like after that? So you carried on seeing her for 3 months?
Yeah.
Was you like dating? Did your family know?
We were kind of dating.
But only when he was asleep.
Very much. I was at my best then. We were basically dating, and my mum kind of knew that there was stuff. And then the reason it ended is because my dad walked in and I was having sex.
And what did your dad say?
Well, my dad walked in and I was having sex, and I got the duvet and covered myself.
Oh, classic.
And she was completely naked and was like, I don't think I want to see your dad or your family ever again.
Oh, she was too embarrassed.
Yeah.
I like how that was her level.
Yeah.
Like, that for her, whoa, too much. So you lost your virginity at 21?
Yes.
Yeah, see, 18 felt late for me. 21 is like, that's late.
Is it?
I'm the youngest. Fuck you.
Yeah, what did you lose yours?
17.
Yeah, 21 is wild.
That's a good age.
I'm not...
Because I think at that point, like, for a start, I knew what my penis looked like.
Imagine you're on stage, you're talking to an audience member, and they're 21, and you find out they're a virgin. You're going to rip on that for
Yeah, of course,
day.
I'm a comedian, but I think 21's a good age.
To lose your virginity?
Yeah.
What audience scenario are you talking to an audience member
It's
and they're
happened
21 and you find out they're a virgin and you go, you fucking loser.
That's not okay.
We're back on the boat. That's the scene outside.
That noise is not. That noise has been out of commission since 1998. Right? That noise and facial movement has been out of commission.
Not okay.
What did I do?
That's been out of commission since 1998.
I was mocking them.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, guys.
Cancel Darren Harriott.
I mean, cancel what? Have you seen my tour sales? Cancel nothing.
Please cancel me. I could do with a boost. Please.
I could do with the GB News slot at this
Actually,
point.
do you know what? That might help.
It probably would. I'd have something to fight for. Because that's kind of what all those guys do. They all sort of lose a gig.
But your cause is you want to go,
Guys, can't we do those gestures
Guys,
anymore?
listen, I did a gig yesterday, right? And there was a comedian there who did a whole routine about how that should come back.
How did it go down?
Brilliantly. The audience were lapping it up.
We need to bring it back. Yeah, it's funny with stuff like that because it needs to be something that's like bad, but not too bad. It's like when you have to like, oh, we should bring back bullying.
Do you know?
Bad, but it's not too
Do you know
bad.
what made it even worse?
What?
He did this routine. The first person who opened, lost voice guy.
Oh, he's still. Oh, you know what? though? I respect him. I respect him for doing it still, even though Lost Voice guy was on stage. Yeah. Jeez. That's where do you gig? Like, who's booking you, dude? What are you doing? A Jim Davidson tour? Like,
It was wild. It was wild.
let me guess. Was it in up the? Was it Northern?
No.
Oh.
It was Essex,
Oh. Okay. Yeah.
the north of the south.
Shame is delicious.
Speaking of tour sales, Darren, do you want to tell us?
Roadman tour starting in September. I'm also at the Edinburgh Fringe for a month in August. So if you're in Scotland, do come to the show. But yeah, you can find all my tour ticket sales on all my social media. I'm also the voice of a new show on Comedy Central called Most Ridiculous, starting in the autumn. I've recorded 20 episodes, so do get involved in that.
Why are you touring? You don't need the money.
Yeah, I thank you. I'm never touring again. Listen to me, you fucks. You better buy these goddamn tickets. I'm telling you, because I get a ticket sale report every week, and I'm very upset about this. It's meant like, bro, I can't sell out a classroom in some of these places. I'm like, what? I wouldn't even get on a train to go there for those numbers.
Comedian starts a podcast to generate an audience, looks down camera, berates audience.
Like some of these places, it's on like 27 tickets.
It picks up near. It always picks up near the time.
They've been on sale for nearly a year, man.
Yeah, no, it always picks up near the time.
Some of them, I'm doing well in places that I've never I think I'm doing well in like Canterbury, I think, and places like that. I'm doing all right.
Oh, well, they don't get like one black person around.
Exactly. They walk in and they.
It's the annual pilgrimage to see a black person.
Yeah, exactly. They've got that.
It's more sort of cultural enrichment thing than it is actually going to see.
They've got that tally. How many black people seen? They put one as soon as I walk in.
Fold the number down.
Yeah.
like a cricket scoreboard.
One. Right, they all high five. But yeah, come see the tour, man, because I ain't touring again after this. Eshaan, what about you?
I've got 3 more dates left on my tour. My ticket sales are actually pretty damn good.
Jeez.
Leeds sold out, pretty much. Manchester got a few more tickets left, and we're adding a 3rd date in London. So go to eshaanakbar.com/tour for more details.
Alexander?
I'm at the Fringe.
Woo!
Gilda Balloon, 9 o'clock. Alexander Bennett. I can't stand the man myself.
Yep.
That's the name of the show.
That, by the way, it is a lovely title because the comma before myself is beautiful. It's my favourite thing about the poster.
Thank you.
It's so good.
It's quite,
Did you just say your favourite thing about the poster is the comma location?
it's quite an expensive photo shoot. It was quite a long time.
But the comma, like, I can't stand the man, comma, myself, is such a beautiful title.
I
love it.
That's that verbal reasoning.
Yeah, I love it.
I've been very clever with double and triple meanings. So Alexander Bennett buy tickets for that at the Edinburgh Fringe, and I have a podcast called Born Yesterday, which is very silly. It's a sort of game. Eshaan's done an episode.
Yes.
Give that a listen.
Are you planning on doing any tours or anything like that coming up?
Well, my ticket sales would be worse than yours, so I'm not really considering.
I don't know if that's possible, dude. I feel like some of my venues are in the minus.
I would love to. I'm still trying to build a profile, etc.
I'm literally adding myself to ticket sales. So like I've sold 22, but when I'm there, it's 23.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
Can I have a comp?
But do come and support us all, of course. Alexander, what's your social media as well? Let's get that in the middle.
I'm at Alexi Bennett and at Alexander Bennett on everything.
He's always posting stand-up clips and whatnot, so do give him a follow as well.
Yeah, and he's also one of the funniest people.
He's a good egg.
I love him very much. I took him on tour. Where did I take you?
Look at you patting yourself on the back. You see what he did there? I fucking hate
it was great.
He's very funny. Hey, I took you on tour, didn't I? I gave you a chance.
Winchester.
Yes.
And Guildford.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
All the hits.
Both. Do you remember in Guildford there was this army vet at the front? Were you there for that bit?
With army vets.
Yeah, there was an army guy at the front called Oliver.
No.
He was very shy. Do you remember this?
So what did you do?
I don't watch your show.
Yeah, he performed and went, hey, peace out. He was on the train.
Okay, well.
That was the gig where there was the 2 girls eating quite a substantial meal in the front row. Was it that one?
The 2 that offered me a threesome at the
What, he
end.
performing in takeaways?
Yes, that one, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I got offered a threesome at that gig.
Well, elaborate.
I don't want to say anything else.
Okay. Yeah, I know, right? Well, I got offered a threesome. So the reason why he's coy is that he went for it and it didn't quite work out.
No. What do you make of the Philip Schofield?
Shame is delicious.
It has been an interesting couple of weeks in the old Britain, hasn't it?
Yeah, what's happened?
Like the old Schofield Meister.
Oh yeah, Philly boy.
Old Philly boy.
Philly boy.
Big Daddy.
Holly, at the time of recording, returned and did a video where her opening gambit was, "Are you okay?"
I think I'm ask.
Yeah,
it's a flagship show. I just want to say, it's horrible, these things, and I hope Holly and the rest of the crew at ITV are okay, and Philip Schofield as well, because it must be quite tough for him what he's going through.
What? And does it?
Of course.
Yeah, okay.
It's horrendous.
All right.
I hope they've got the right amount of support there.
Yeah.
For the guy. I actually used to date a girl who knows him.
Really?
Yeah. Knows him quite well, actually.
The thing that I found astounding beyond all of that is when Philip Schofield did the interview and he had a little vape in his hand.
Yeah.
I haven't watched the BBC one because I was in Ireland and you don't get BBC on the iPlayer. And
let's just summarise 300 or 400 years of British Irish history with that gesture. You can't get the BBC in Ireland.
For the viewers listening, I did put my hand up like, what is going on?
Why can you not get the British Broadcasting Corporation?
I know, right? Sort it out, you guys, okay?
That was a real trouble, wasn't it?
Can we go back to talking about the grooming?
But yeah,
Alleged grooming.
I
Alleged.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. What was it like?
Basically, he has this little I can't remember.
He's got
It's a
one of,
vape.
he's
It's a
got one
vape.
of those disposable ones.
little
isn't it?
little vape. And at the moment that the interviewer is asking the question, did you groom?
Oof.
What? As she's asking the question, he's taking a puff. She finishes. Did you groom the boy? He just went, no, absolutely not, and blew out a puff of smoke. And you're like, what?
Yeah.
Oh, that's bad timing.
What are you doing?
Like he's doing a magic trick.
Yeah.
Are you a nonce? No, I'm gone.
No longer enough.
I disappeared in a puff of smoke.
It's not good.
It's not if you want to come across as likable on camera, don't have a vape.
Yeah.
And if you want to come across as taking an issue seriously, don't have a vape.
Vape, yeah.
I don't know though. 'Cause I feel,
Sat there going like a Victorian
I feel like
chimney.
I feel like having a vape shows that you're like stressed out. It's like smoking a cigarette when they're asking you questions and you've constantly.
Yeah.
I think that's what.
But that's not the vibe you want.
Wanna give now.
You don't, also, you don't want to be vaping like pineapple. It's like blueberry. This is blueberry. You want?
If he was on there like going through roll-ups, going, yeah, well, obviously we had a relationship at the time, and it wasn't. If it got like, it wasn't appropriate. You think this guy's twitchy and there's something going on.
Yeah.
Well, okay. I'll play devil's advocate. Why is Philip Schofield accused of grooming when Cheryl Cole was dating a guy that she met when he was 14?
Excellent point.
X Factor.
Excellent point, Darren.
There's countless other people who I can't remember. There was a list on Facebook my mum sent me. I don't
Caroline
remember.
Flack.
But did she?
She dated a 17-year-old when she was in her 30s.
Okay, yeah, but didn't she get shit for that?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. But there's others.
Fair enough.
No, but as in like, because there's a lot of women who they will meet a guy who's younger and they won't get any shit for it. But then again, you got like Al Pacino's got a kid with
Well, I mean, yeah,
Something
the thing
like
But
is,
that's it. She's a fully grown adult.
Yeah.
The issue is meeting people when they're very young.
Very
There's
young,
a huge
and then
power
waiting.
imbalance.
That is
it's like,
true.
do you remember when...
I don't care about
It's like the Charlotte Church countdown clock.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah.
about to say that.
But
No,
people
there
are
was one-
suggesting the only thing that would stop them from having sexual intercourse with
legality
somebody
of their
is
age.
legality, not desire.
They had the same one for that girl from Harry Potter that I've never seen.
Hermione,
Emma Watson.
yeah.
They had like
Emma Watson, sorry. Yeah.
They had a countdown for her as well.
Yeah, that is grim.
It's really, really
Like,
close.
the countdown is...
The thing is, though, you just do not want your name attached to grooming, even if it's not. You know what I mean? Like, even if it's not true, the fact that everybody's keeps saying, the fact that Philip had to come out and go, it was unwise, but it was not illegal. He's like,
Yeah, the moment you're saying that is not good, is it?
I felt bad for his
Yeah.
wife, man. That's rough.
But also, what is it with men going like... Because
Cheating.
when Schofield came out as gay,
Yeah.
which I don't doubt that he is, sometimes, like Kevin Spacey did the same thing. Being gay is not a defense.
That was a
No.
that was a
Do you know what I
time.
mean?
It's him trying to be a magician again. It's
Yeah.
smoke screen.
Yeah, it's like...
I'm a
you can't
gay.
be like, oh...
It was
Okay.
wild how Kevin Spacey had so many crazy allegations, and he was like, "I'm gay. I need my privacy now." It was wild when he did that one.
Yeah.
and I feel like, I know what you're saying. This is kind of like, it feels kind of similar, doesn't it? That you do that.
Because I think he came out at the time. I've heard from people that he had a super injunction on all this stuff.
Yeah, that's what people keep saying. But
And then-
do they even work anymore? I thought
Super injunctions seem like a waste of money.
I thought the whole Ryan Giggs thing kind of ruined that.
Yeah.
when he tried to get one, and
Yeah.
I thought because you the real high
Super injunctions are a waste of money, and I want my money back.
Oh, I imagine you've been a part of that in his banking days.
Thing is, if they do work effectively, we'll never know.
Yeah. I think that's
'Cause
probably
that's the point of
that's
them.
probably
Mine
the point.
better
Yeah.
work. I spent a lot of money on it.
What did you do
I've got a super injunction.
against someone? But who? I would love to guess what your super injunction would
Do you remember
be.
earlier on where we asked him about a threesome and he just stopped talking?
Oh, you think that's what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it's got nothing to do with that.
That's something else. That was a different time. We're not talking about that now.
But on the flip side, though, you know all these people going after Al Pacino and Robert De Niro for having a kid with someone in their
I mean,
20s.
it's 84. I thought I would have zero venom left at that point.
Well, you told us that it dribbles out right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's already on the way out. I need to get miners in there and make
Get what in there?
Did I say miners?
Oh, God. Come on. What is the thing with this podcast?
Not like that. I meant miners as in guys who fix miners. Not miners like kids. Oh, that was a legit fuck up.
Cut to Darren talking to camera. Unwise but not illegal.
Something out of polish on a notes app.
Unwise but not
I'm wearing a
illegal.
black roll neck.
That's the thing that I would have forgiven Schofield any perceived misdoings
Yeah, he
if he'd
wasn't
have gone on with a black roll neck, Dapper Laugh style to go.
What? So
I'm sorry about all
Matt
that.
Hancock on
So I've not.
Yeah, Hancock did that as well. What
He
is
did the
it
same thing.
with guys apologising for fucking up when they go, you know what will make me taken seriously? They'll cover up this bit here. This is the bit that's letting me down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess basically you can see them gulping.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Because if they don't do that, they're just there going.
So I've not been on Twitter for about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
What is the Twitterverse saying about all of this?
There are some people going, this is people's personal lives. Why should anyone care?
Yeah,
About the De Niro thing.
well, no,
about the
about
Schofield
the
thing.
Schofield or even the De Niro thing.
But I think it's it's entirely different for someone to meet someone who happens to be a lot younger than them, who is also an adult, and then have a relationship.
Yeah, because
And then someone who's in a position of power who meets someone when they're very young and remains in contact, which is what is to have
and also
alleged.
particularly with the
to have
Pacino
happened.
De Niro thing, sometimes my frustration with some of the criticism of them
You can do it.
is
it's
that
fine.
it takes away the agency of the women
Yeah.
who are in their 20s.
She doesn't know what she's doing.
Yeah,
she's
you're like,
29.
She's only 30 years old,
Yeah.
you know.
And she used to date Mick Jagger as well.
Yeah.
So she's just got a thing.
got a thing for older.
Yeah,
She's got the worst type in the world. Do you know what I'm into? Do you know
All
what?
the best.
Do you know what she is? Do you know what
worst type, but best
All the best
financially.
type.
Do you know what she
yeah.
is? She is a cowardly necrophiliac. That's what she is. She's not willing to wait until they tip
just a
over.
little bit longer.
I want them just before they turn. I want them just
I
before
want him just old enough to sort that will out. just
Yeah.
enough alive for the will.
It's like when the avocado goes from perfect to too mushy.
Yeah.
yeah.
She's
And
like,
he goes,
That's
"Oh."
exactly how Pacino's skin feels.
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
It's like that.
I think she did.
She's a cowardly necrophile.
Actually, his
She's not
testicles are
brave
that
enough.
colour.
She made a good move though with him over Mick Jagger. How many kids has Mick Jagger got? He's got quite a few, hasn't he? I think Pacino's only got like 3. So
Only
that will is nice.
That's been spread out less.
yeah.
I think when you've got their money, it doesn't matter how far it's been spread. It's
Yeah, well, I mean, Mick Jagger, yeah, I guess so. But good for her. She nailed it. I mean, she's probably been dreaming of this.
Mick Jagger has 7 kids.
There
7
you go.
kids, there you go.
7
Okay,
kids.
so which older person would you love to be in a relationship with now?
For the will.
Yeah.
Old woman. Okay. How much is Helen Mirren worth?
Robert De Niro also has 7 kids.
Okay, shit. How much is Helen Mirren worth? If
Oh,
we're
quite a
talking
bit.
old. Old heart. Oh, Michelle Pfeiffer.
that's a good shape.
Michelle
Helen Mirren's
Pfeiffer.
net worth is estimated at $100 million.
Who's?
Helen Mirren's.
Yeah, I'll take a bit. I'll take a percentage. I don't want much.
Shirley Ballas.
Oh, very good shout.
How much is Shirley Ballas worth?
I don't know, but she's good vibes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll say, okay, Joe McDonald.
$5 million.
$5 million? I'd take Joe McDonald. We're going cruises together. We'd sing.
Why do you always want to get women on a boat, Darren?
Yeah, what is it?
£4.5 million for Jane.
Okay, and what about Angela Rippon? My one.
Which one's Angela Rippon?
She's great.
She's a newsreader, isn't she?
Angela Rippon is absolutely. She does all
Liz?
this stuff about. What's she worth?
This feels like the working of a list.
$10 million.
Angela Rippon for the win.
Yeah, I'd take Michelle Pfeiffer. Definitely.
Angela, call me.
She has to wear the Catwoman outfit.
She has to.
That's the rule.
Yeah.
She can't.
She's not going to let you be in charge of anything.
She can't wear the Catwoman outfit when she's that close to the water. It won't work.
Yeah.
Shame is delicious.
I quite like sweating.
Do you?
Yeah, it's quite a nice feeling.
I hate
Lucky
sweating.
you.
I hate sweating during sex. I think
No,
it's,
that is good to sweat.
I
during
think
sex.
I think it's gross, and the whole bed's wet. I have to lie there afterwards with a fan on my face. Oh, get lost.
Oh, God.
Darren's descriptions of his sex life. Woo!
Yeah, I love the thought of him plugging in a USB fan, just holding it.
Don't you hate that though? You're all sweating and
she
you're lying down.
She walks downstairs. All she can hear is a zzz. She's like, has he got my vibrator? What's he up to? He's
First
just
of all,
giving
I'd
the
kill
fan.
for stairs. Hey, nice. Well, you said stairs, and I went, man, my dream house would have stairs. Would have stairs.
That's when I know I made it.
No, you like sweaty sex? Oh gosh, I'm over. Oh, I'm done with it.
Yeah, sweaty sex is good because it feels
No.
like you're putting
And
a
then
shift
you,
in.
you like touch each other, and your hand kind of slides off because you're sweaty.
I feel like I'm on your side.
Yeah, I'm not. It's like morning sex. Ugh.
Morning sex is great.
No,
No,
now
it's-
I'm on his side.
No, it's
Morning
not.
sex is wonderful.
No, you need to keep your bags full because you don't want to.
No, I couldn't disagree more.
Yeah, you need it.
No. You make much better decisions
In the morning.
if you leave the house with an empty bag.
Yes. There you go. He's right.
Okay, full ball decisions can be quite bad.
Yeah.
But I think morning. I just feel like I'm tired and just and got to get up and do something now.
Darren, do you like sex?
It's fine. It serves a purpose.
Is it because it's sometimes called making love and that freaks you out?
Is that what it is?
I've never made love in my life. I don't know what that is. Ugh. I've had no eye contact sex many times.
How?
No eye contact.
What do you mean how? Just look at her forehead or look behind her.
If I was fucking someone and they just
They're like in the loft bar.
looking behind me,
In Edinburgh.
to see if there's anyone more famous.
Yeah.
Like Soho House
I'm
sex.
having sex with Darren Harriott from Britain's Greatest Takeaways, but who else is available?
Someone from Bake Off.
My greatest takeaway from this is not to fuck Darren Harriott again.
Garbage. It's probably true. Yeah, no, I'm all that eye contact, all that stuff's weird. It's a bit much.
Today's episode has been a bit sad.
Why has it been sad? I think it's been very fun.
Okay.
You think it's been sad?
You've peppered in quite a few bleak insights.
There's been some bleak.
What did I? Okay,
We
what did I
talked
say?
about
That,
some serious things.
what did I say that was
things?
bleak?
I said
Everything
something
you've
bleak.
said about your sex life.
I mean, it's fine. You know what it is with sex.
What do you enjoy about sex?
Oh gosh.
Fucking hell.
Like coming is great.
That sounded like someone who's never come before. I hear this coming is wonderful.
That sounds like an incel being asked.
Yeah.
What was it like when you lost your? See, we know each other very well. We hang out a lot, and I'm extremely fond of you.
Yeah,
and I would like to
you.
get to know you more, but I'm fascinated because I think you're sort of on the sly one of the strangest people. in Canada.
Alexander, you come whenever you want, baby.
What do you mean? Sex
can.
is fun. You know what it is? Okay, I think sex is like great and having sex with people and is fun. But I still think wanking is top. I'm still a fan of wanking.
You're such
Over
an
sex.
incel.
Not over sex. Not over.
But what do you mean it's top?
But I think wanking is. I think I masturbate more to previous sex, and I think I enjoy.
Wait.
Has anybody ever done that? You don't want to previous sex that you've had.
Yeah,
So
I
you
do.
think
I don't know
about the sex you've had in the past and
Yeah.
masturbate to that,
Yeah, that's that.
but then you haven't enjoyed the previous sex.
No, I have enjoyed some of them. I just think sometimes it just
Stop
feels.
talking about M&Ms.
I do enjoy. Okay, Cameron. I do enjoy sex. It's great.
this is less convincing than Schofield.
Right there, you sounded like a production company looking at a script of mine going, look, your
But
script,
Darren's just said
it's great.
he masturbates over his. He lives his he enjoys sex retrospectively.
Yeah.
Honestly, there is a part of that.
It's no wonder you've got that clip show job. It's like to voice over things that happen.
There is
in
a
the
part of
past.
that. There is a part of that. There has been times when I've had sex in the past and I've gone, oh, this is going to be great.
Have you ever filmed you having sex?
No, God, no. I don't want to look at myself in the mirror. It's bad enough I have to see these clips. You film yourself having sex?
I mean, I have, but just based on the retrospective thing.
No. It's all.
in the mind palace.
Oh God.
But
yeah.
what are the images if you're not looking at anyone?
I know what her face.
He's not
is like.
looking at them when he's fucking them. He's looking behind them. or
Yeah,
just
that's
at
what I
their
mean. So
forehead.
what is in his head with the retrospective?
Oh, I can make a full Picasso painting in my head. I know everything. Her face.
So you're fucking a bit. One eye's really big.
One eye on one side.
Their hair's blue.
Yeah. So sometimes I feel like I do enjoy sex, but I do feel like sometimes I masturbate a lot more to previous sex I've had in the past. And then that's more because I feel like I grew up on porn when I was like 11. It's kind of just porn. It's like, ugh. But sometimes you just want to knock one out so you can clear the fog and get on with your day. As opposed to like having morning sex and it just feels like work. In the morning it does. Because I don't have sex, I can't have sex every day. I don't want to have sex every day. I don't have sex even every other day.
Okay.
I'd rather have sex every, give me...
Birthday.
This is the worst Craig David song I've ever heard.
It's very
Gave
rare.
excuses
It is
on
very rare that I'm
Monday.
speechless.
What do you mean? You want to have sex every day?
Yeah, of course I fucking want to have sex every day.
No. I can honestly sit here and say the idea of having sex every day is fuck. Even thinking about it, it's like, oh God. With the same person. Every day the same. That.
Have you noticed the thing that Darren hates the most in the world is the idea of like a long, loving relationship?
He doesn't like love. He doesn't do love.
Yeah,
He's never been in love.
Love's weird.
What's this? What's this? I love you.
Why would you even say that? There's no need for it.
Yeah.
We're just mates having a good time. You have to make it all serious.
What would you do if someone said, I love you during sex, Darren?
Oh, that's never happened. If I heard I'd put a hat over
Why should we just say I love this or I love that?
Oh, but we wouldn't. By the time that
you don't say another word or you're going overboard.
Yeah. Fucking hell.
Have you had that during sex?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know. That's a lot. Honestly, if I'm having sex with somebody,
I would say that's the best sex ever gets.
well, maybe that's what I'm missing out on. Someone to go, oh, I love this. If somebody said, I love you during sex, I swear to God, 30 seconds later, I'd be sitting at the window making excuses for my lack of erection. I'd be like, I don't know, babes, I'm just thinking about Brexit.
Forget the love you. But what if you're doing something that they're really loving? They're like, oh my God, I love that. Keep doing it.
What do you mean?
If you're doing something to the lady that she's thoroughly enjoying.
Yeah, that's different. That's fine.
And she says, I love this or I love that.
Fine. That's okay. But when it's I love you, when it's like specific about me.
What if she says,
I'm like, how can you love me? What's wrong with you? Sort your life out.
What if they say,
You are such a fascinating person.
What if they say, I love it when you do that to me?
Yeah, that's okay. But even the fact that I have to think about it is like, yeah, no, that's okay. It's like, oh, I love when you get me that. Fine.
Get me that.
Whatever. You know.
You get a glass of water.
I love it when you get to me that.
Yeah. But yeah, in terms of I couldn't imagine someone saying I love.
To be fair,
during sex is fucking wild.
When we lived in Edinburgh together, Darren had a lot of sex.
Yeah.
With a lot of different women.
What?
And
doesn't sound like me.
There was one evening where I heard the springs of the bed a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm deaf. So I heard the springs of the bed a lot, but there was never any conversation.
What? Why?
So sinister.
It was very sinister.
Yeah.
No talking.
And then the door would open.
And then you hit the steps.
This silent
door
sex.
open, close.
Inside the room, I know he's not making eye contact with him. He's looking over their shoulder.
I heard the door closing. I go to the kitchen. He's there, cooking up some broccoli.
Cooking up some broccoli. Yeah, as you know. No, that was yeah. I don't know. I like to have a good time, but I don't.
Doesn't sound like it. You've described sex as a chore.
Yeah.
Morning sex, I stand by it. I think it's the worst thing ever. Your breath stinks. We're all sweaty. We're bloated still.
It's very intimate. If you've woken up with someone, it's very, very intimate to have sex in the morning because
I think waking up with someone's fine.
Intimacy is
how about we just get the eggs on the go? Let's just get the eggs on the go straight away.
That's what I say before I have sex in the morning.
Okay, no. Damn. Oh no, not at all. Let's just get the eggs on the go. Let's chill out. Let's work up something, and then maybe we might have sex again. But in terms of every day, I couldn't date someone who wanted to have sex every day. I'd have to say to them, even on a date, I'd be like, I'm sorry, this is not going to work out. I'll pay the bill, but we're done. I can't have sex every day. It would kill me.
Now help me moor up, because we're going to get back on land.
Yeah, here's an anchor.
If you've been affected by any of the issues...
Why is that? It's not that weird.
Please get in touch with us on all our social media at Shame Delicious.
Alex, you want to have sex every day?
This is what you said when we met when I was 15, right?
That's a great note to end the podcast on. Darren groomed Alexander Bennett. Thank you for listening.
Thanks for listening. Some of the stories on this podcast might not necessarily be true.
Follow Alexander Bennett.
I don't know why I said might not necessarily be true. Some of them are lies. Still leaving it open for debate there.
Keep Lisa cut this episode with a fade out of Darren just having that conversation with himself.
And if you have love in your life, congratulations. Please
I've got love in my life. I got a PS5. You crazy? I got the new Street Fighter.
He's wearing the Street Fighter shirt as well.
And I got my mum. Well, not like...
that seemed like a direct attack at me, actually.
Thank you for listening.
I miss her.
It's been a weird one.
9 years, never forget.
What? It wasn't 9/11. It's 20 years ago. You can't have never forget
If mum didn't die in 9/11.
My mum wasn't flying the plane.
Oh, wasn't she?
No.
Okay. Never forget it's 9/11. You have to say a different one for your mum. Like, always missed.
She was a missus.
I'm going. Thanks for listening.
Shame is delicious. Shame is delicious. Making bad decisions. Shame is delicious. Making bad decisions.